of fake gold or selling gold that does not even exist. What do you feel? They say the scammers used politicians, government officials, police, and 7 months to swindle a fortune.
What this means is that in Kenya, crime pays. And big time crime pays big.
Yeah.
You know, I'm wondering whether to tell my children to venture into crime. Because in this country, you cannot make it enough a 9-to-5 job. Number two, criminals seem to get away scot-free. You are not arrested. If you are arrested, you are not charged. If you are charged, you'll never be convicted. And these are the people who, you know, are living the good life. Eventually, we'll vote them into parliament, give them more space to steal. We'll celebrate them. You know, these are the people we celebrate. You can see they are there on the headline with flaunting their wealth.
Yeah, and when you take a look at page 4, just to what you're saying, you can see them with the lavish cars and the chopper and all those, they're riding in jets. And there's this man who called Sheikh Al Maktoum has a desk full of bundles of cash just right there, sitting
helicopter,
there.
Nice car.
Yeah, he's living the life, but then he's a form for lever. I mean, what does that say about our society? Ruth, when you see this one?
Not only what does it say about our society, but what does it say about our law enforcement agencies? Because if this is someone who has actually collaborated with the police, this is someone who has been working with law enforcement agencies, and for him to pull out such a huge criminal act, or you know, for him to swindle an entire Dubai ruler 400 million shillings, this is something that was well coordinated. So I mean, and the interesting thing is that I think I was reading the other day that he had been arrested severally and released. So even if this makes the headlines, we are not sure that this guy is going to be prosecuted. We are not sure that, you know, because there's a huge syndicate of even politicians involved in this whole scandal. And the funny thing is that when you listen to chit chat on the streets, you will get to learn that a lot of university students are involved in such activities. You find you hear stories of them being, you know, told, oh, there's this deal to make quick money. I think we are in a generation that now wants to make quick money. We are in a generation that is willing to risk it, because, you know, at the end of the day, we are like, you know, if I can make money and get away with it, why not? You know, if I can make quick money without having to sweat for it, then, you know, get it as fast as you can.
And I think the alternatives are pretty bleak. You have the 9-to-5 jobs that just keep you in a poverty trap. There isn't much alternatives that we can look to. So it's not something that is understandable, but you can see how young people would turn to this.
Like there are no jobs, and the jobs that are available are not paying you enough to sustain yourself. So if there's a quick way to make money,
eat and pay rent, or sometimes not even afford the said rent. Bichachi, when you see this one, what do you feel? And it's a trend. We've been told it's an increasing trend. People are turning to gold, and not always real gold. It's fake sometimes.
Not sometimes, most times.
Most times,
me. I once had a contract to supply gold to an Israeli buyer.
Wow.
And the number of times I met con people, and I've been to these guys' offices. So if you're not smart, trust me, they'll clean you out. The truth of the matter is this. We live in a society where being poor is anathema. Okay, you cannot, let me tell you, if you're 26 years old and you have money, in your village you'll become an instant elder. That's how it is. You go to church, you become assistant bishop. That's what happens in this country. So the worship of success at whatever cost, and the bishops told you that you can go steal from this gold thing, bring 10%, God is okay with you. So clearly we also have a God who's bribable. So in a society such as that, and a society which does not care for each other, then we build a community where the only people who succeed are the ones with the worst morals and the worst character. I wrote in the paper and I said we pursue success even if that success is a palace in the middle of a river of sewage. And that's where we live. We live in a country where, for as long as I've made it, it does not matter whether my castle is in the middle of Kibera or whatever, that's all that counts. Now, the question here is not a question of criminality. It's not a question of fake gold and where we're going with it. It is a question of whether there's a single Kenyan who, for the sake of others, will embrace poverty. Do we have a single Mahatma Gandhi? Do we have a single Nelson Mandela? Do we have a single Mother Teresa in this country? The truth is there are very few. The reason for that is simple. We've become a selfish society, and a selfish society will always breed the worst of characters, because that's the only way to succeed.
Yeah.
In this country, if you cannot call people and insult them to pay you your money, they'll never pay your money. If you cannot go to tenders and insult people and kick everyone out of the thing to win the tender, you can't win the tender. No. If you're a billionaire, you don't pay money. Have you ever done business with a billionaire in this country? They will most likely not pay you. These people in the paper who owe me money, in fact, let me call them out.
Oh,
These
my goodness.
people in the paper who owe me money in the millions, and they're billionaires and they're not paying me. That's the problem.